This is the S&P 500 SPDR ETF SPY one-day reading for April 22nd, 2025. It's currently April 9th, 2025, 10:32 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $548.62 USD. And the shuffle video for the April 22nd reading was created on March 27, 2025 at 12:39 a.m. Eastern Time. So what we're covering in this video is the overall trend direction and chart behavior for the day. We're going to give you timing and chart behavior for the day's highest high, the day's lowest low, and the best trades that we see throughout the day. We're also going to give you the hour-by-hour sequence of chart events. It's important to understand that sometimes the hour-by-hour timing is going to need plus or minus an hour of wiggle room. It happens occasionally. And in those cases, you want to make sure that you're following the sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction. That's the most important aspect. That's what SO meta-analysis was designed to predict, timing and sequence of events. So with that said, guys, I don't recommend trading this information on your own. This video should be considered entertainment to prove to you that extrasensory perception exists and can be used practically in the real world. If you're serious about trading this information, you must have access to our live Discord trade alerts and live trading view chart links, because when it's plus or minus an hour or two of wiggle room, it's in the Discord trade alerts that I'm able to keep people on track. That's where you consistently make money. Don't try this at home alone, my friends. And with that said, before we get into it, I want to make sure that everybody's aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. You do that by following through on the rule of karma. You go to the resources tab of our website, tarotfortraders.com. 5% of all profits should be donated forward, effectively transmuting competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. 5% of the profits should be donated back to the channel, expressing gratitude and effectively continuing the flow of abundance through the universe. That leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% of love. Following those rules makes you an angel investor of the channel. Universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get into it. So the overall theme of behavior, we have a breakout on a multi-day scale here, an important breakout on a multi-day scale. Behavior around the highest high, there should be a sharp drop off of the day's high. Behavior around the lowest low marks a significant opportunity to open up long positions or close short positions. We'll look at that in more detail as we progress. I'm advised to trade around an important trough that's involved with like three pokes through the same trend line, followed by a sharp drop off of that third poke into the trough. In the pre-market, we have almost like a pop and jump. Probably move higher, full retracement back down. The ace of discs at the open indicating an important support level highlighted there on a multi-day scale. I wonder if it's the same level as the ace of discs from the 21st. It's very possible that it is, but hard to say just based on the reading alone. Let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, it looks like it's probably the same price level as the 21st Ace of Discs. You want to come back on my lap, Goof? God, you're so indecisive, Hermes. You just want to be a star of the show, huh? You want to be the star of the show? You're so cute. You know, give me kisses. Can I have kisses? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Hermes. I love you too. Such a good boy. Oh. Okay, so there's a lot of price change involved in that support level at the open. A lot of price change into and or out of the support, and we've got multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance in the first half hour with a peak. So it actually looks like multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance in the first half hour, declining into the 10 to 11 o'clock hour. And within that 10 to 11 o'clock hour, there's a big move out of a decline and a low from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range, taking us to a peak probably just after 10 o'clock. And then there's that erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level between 10 and 11. I'm advised not to chase a move to the upside. Hard to say if it's to the upside or the downside, but be very, very careful. There's some tricky chart behavior there between 10 and 11 around that low. Now, out of that low, eventually in the 11 to 12 o'clock hour, we should see a big move to the upside, reaching for distant resistance. Maybe bumping along resistance sideways for a bit, but breaking at least one breakout, reaching for distant resistance, and taking us to key resistance level between roughly 12 and 1, where we likely see a high, and then from that high, there's a sharp decline, probably all the way back down from where the rally into that resistance and high started. There's probably a decline within volatility all the way back down and past that into a lower price level around just before 2 o'clock. Probably we successfully find support there around 2 o'clock. And there's a mixed behavior, sideways S formation within a channel between roughly 3 and the close. A decline at the close back down to 2 and through support to meet another support. We rotate sideways along that support and then break down through more supports into the post market, where we likely see another move to the upside and probably another high. Yeah, so I would probably be holding long position from the previous day, and I might add to it here at the Ace of Discs. But what I'm looking to do is close out of the long position. When we establish what those 3 pokes through the trend line, what that trend line is, it should be at the high. I want to close out of the long position when we break out there into a high. You might then open up another long position at a low there before 2 o'clock, with the anticipation of closing out of it on the 23rd or maybe the 24th. We'll look at that in more detail when we get into those readings. And that's SPY for April 22nd, 2025. My friends, if you're new to the channel, look, we predicted on the 1 month reading the low for the month to be around the 8th. Plus, remember, plus or minus a day or two of wiggle room. Usually we're right on point. And depending on how you look at it, the low is like right there. And then again in the pre-market on the 8th. So we pretty much nailed that. We were close here on the 9th, and then there was this huge move as predicted, almost back to highs. All of that predicted, guys. I don't know how many people saw this move happening. People who had their early access subscription on Tarot for Traders, they knew about this move like before it was even April. All right, so the way that you get that early access subscription, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over Order Now, click on Subscriptions. Early access gets you the earliest access to any of our public posts that come out on YouTube. They come out here on our early access video links channel first. It gives you the SPY live Discord trade alerts, where we do day trades and swing trades. It also gives you the access to the SPY chart drawings when available, where we actually draw entry and exit into and out of those trades, as you can see. Not always right, but we're usually right. You can see a lot of this is very, very helpful stuff. All that updated in the early access. Currently only $100, guys. It's super, super underpriced. It's probably going to be double that come next week. So snatch it up at that price while you can. There's other subscriptions which give you day-by-day sequence of chart events and week-by-week sequence of chart events. Depending on the level of subscription that you go. But the early access is the intro way in, guys, to see what we do and see that this stuff is really legitimate. I've been working on this system for 26 years while everybody thought I was crazy. I left Wall Street as a Wall Street broker. I walked off the floor and learned how to basically develop this system from scratch. 26 years later, I'm up 500% over the last year in my account performance. All right, guys, blessings to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Much love and appreciation. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.